Imagine a war machine so advanced it can sit, kneel, and lean like a living predator stalking its prey in the mountains. A 55-ton monster with a digital brain, a hydropneumatic soul, and a lethal 120mm bite. This is the K2 Black Panther, South Korea's ultimate answer to the threats of the 21st century. Often overlooked by those who only know the Abrams or the Leopard, it is arguably the most technologically complex main battle tank on the planet today. It doesn't just fire, it hunts its targets with a precision that feels almost supernatural. Let's go inside the digital turret of this robotic warrior to see why the K2 is the new gold standard, and why even the world's greatest superpowers are now looking at South Korea with absolute respect. The origin of the K2 is a story of absolute survival and technological pride. South Korea needed a tank that could dominate the jagged mountains and deep valleys of the Korean peninsula, where heavy Western tanks often struggle. The engineers at Hyundai Rotem created a machine that didn't just match Western standards but sought to leapfrog them entirely. It was a radical design that merged artificial intelligence with the finest mechanics into a compact, high-efficiency frame. Engineering the K2 required a masterpiece of weight optimization and stability. At roughly 55 tons, it is significantly lighter than an American Abrams, giving it superior agility on soft ground and narrow bridges. A massive 1500 horsepower engine accelerates this beast to over 45 miles per hour. This combination of lightness and raw power makes it one of the most agile hunters to ever prowl a modern battlefield. The heart of the K2 is its revolutionary in-arm suspension system. This setup allows the tank to kneel, stand, or lean in any direction. This isn't just a mechanical trick, it's a tactical necessity for aiming the main gun in extreme mountain terrain. In regions where traditional tanks can't depress their guns far enough to hit a target in a valley, the Black Panther remains the absolute master of the high ground. The armament of the K2 is pure destructive precision. It utilizes a 120mm smoothbore gun with an extended barrel length, which massively increases its armor-piercing capability. A fully automatic loading system, similar to high-end French designs, allows for a firing rate of up to 10 rounds per minute. This means the Black Panther can eliminate target after target without a human loader ever getting tired, maintaining a relentless pace of fire. When the tank officially entered service, it was immediately recognized as the most expensive and advanced tracked vehicle in the world. South Korea proved it was no longer dependent on Western hand-me-downs but was instead leading the peak of armored development. Today, the system is so perfect that major European nations like Poland have chosen it as the backbone of their own armies. The K2 is proof that technological dominance is now moving to the east. The legendary status of the K2 is built on its superior digital awareness. It isn't just a tank, it's a mobile high-performance supercomputer. A specialized millimeter-wave radar scans the terrain in front of the tank and detects incoming projectiles in milliseconds. In a world where anti-tank missiles are becoming deadlier every day, the Black Panther is the first to see the threat before it even makes impact. The protection system of the K2 is a masterpiece of modern defensive tech. It uses a mix of active and passive armor specifically developed against modern tandem charge warheads. Additionally, it features a soft kill system that jams enemy lasers and radar signals, making the tank nearly invisible to remote-guided missiles. The Black Panther doesn't just rely on thick steel, it relies on the superiority of information to stay one step ahead of the enemy. When the machine opens fire, the fire control system works with almost superhuman accuracy. A laser rangefinder and an advanced ballistic computer calculate every shot, accounting for wind and the tank's own movement. The tank can automatically track and engage targets, even low-flying attack helicopters. The world has realized that the electronic superiority of the K2 is a lethal advantage in any armored duel. This efficiency also shines in the networked warfare of the 21st century. The K2 shares its target data in real time with drones, satellites, and other friendly units on the battlefield. A commander inside the Black Panther has a complete digital picture of the surroundings, making enemy ambushes nearly impossible. It is a machine that turns the chaos of war into organized mathematical data, guaranteeing a tactical win. The success of this system has made South Korea one of the most important arms exporters in the world. They proved they can deliver high-tech hardware while other nations face years of backlogs. This industrial strength is why the Black Panther is seen as the only true alternative to established Western designs. The K2 transforms a modern army into a technological elite strike force that is superior to any adversary. The most critical mission for a K2 crew is high-speed engagement in broken terrain. Here, the tank uses its unique ability to depress the gun by tilting the entire chassis forward. This allows the Panther to fire from a protected position behind a ridge while the enemy only sees the tiny silhouette of the turret. It is a game of surgical violence where the Black Panther dictates the rules of engagement. In training maneuvers over the last few years, the tank has proven to be extremely durable. Its ability to cross rivers over 13 feet deep is a world record for main battle tanks. Using a specialized snorkel, it becomes a submarine and emerges on the other side of the bank ready for combat in seconds. This flexibility allows crews to use natural barriers to hit the enemy where they feel safest. The tank also holds a record for the best firing accuracy at maximum speed across rough terrain. The stabilization of the gun is so precise that it stays locked on the target even during the most violent jolts. Many victories in simulations were won because the K2 could fire faster and dodge quicker than any other tank. The true strength is the incorruptibility of South Korean mechanics. When the Panther bites, nothing is left. In recent partnerships with international allies, the system has become the new gold standard for modern armored troops. American and European soldiers who test the Black Panther describe it as a tank from the future. They praise the ergonomics in the turret, the simple touchscreen controls, and the feeling of absolute dominance. For the defenders of freedom, this tank is a technological gift that proves quality is the only answer to quantity. The psychological impact is the enemy's absolute fear of being detected. Because the K2 possesses sensors that find even the smallest heat sources from miles away, there is no hiding from it. It rules the battlefield through its technological overmatch. Whether in the mountains or on the plains, the Black Panther gives its sight a confidence that cannot be replaced. It is the digital gladiator every general wants on their flank. The final analysis of the K2 shows incredible engineering foresight by the South Koreans. They proved you can build a tank that is both heavily armed and extremely intelligent. The K2 created the blueprint for the next generation of tanks worldwide. It proved that while tradition and experience are important, innovation and the courage to take risks make the decisive difference on the modern battlefield. This legacy continues in new versions already being equipped with even tougher armor and drone defense systems. The modernized variants feature artificial intelligence that assists the gunner in priority target selection. South Korea realized that the platform of the K2 is so solid it can serve as the foundation for decades to come. They only need to keep feeding this hunter the latest digital technology. Looking toward the future, the system is already being optimized to work with robot wingmen and unmanned vehicles. This would make the tank the leader of an entire swarm of autonomous combat machines. It is no longer just a steel box, it is the brain of a future army. It leads the way, proving that South Korean engineering has found the perfect answer to the complex threats of tomorrow. The cultural legacy of this tank is national excellence in its purest form. It is proof that South Korea belongs at the top of the global heavy industry. For the soldiers who operate it, this machine is a symbol of technical trust and national strength. It is the promise that they will never be without protection again. A tool that turned technological discipline into a global guarantee for security. Standing next to a K2 Black Panther today, you feel its hypermodern and aggressive aura. It doesn't look like a relic from the Cold War, it looks like a machine ready to win the wars of the future. It belongs in a world where information and speed are the only currencies that matter. From the mountains of Korea to the plains of Europe, this machine remains the king of the tank world. A true masterpiece of technology. The K2 Black Panther is more than just a battle tank. It is a 55-ton guarantee of tactical superiority. It has proven that in the modern world, the winner is the one with the most advanced electronics and the ability to strike with surgical precision. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the high-tech beast from South Korea. Is the Black Panther the best tank of our time? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time.